why we're here. Be where the innovation happens. This is Switzerland. This is how you're welcomed in Switzerland. Happy birthday!
Die gehören zum Auto.
Scheiße. Where could you put these guys?
Oh yeah, they don't stand.
We're in St. Gallen. This is my, not my hometown, but I studied here, so it's my home turf, definitely. And we will have a look at the START Summit, which is a conference. In St. Gallen we had like two sites. We had the St. Gallen Symposium where I was in, and we had the entrepreneurs in the START Summit. I then became an entrepreneur afterwards, so now I'm invited to the START Summit.
I did not invest.
And have a look behind the scenes, and we probably meet some interesting people. That's what I can promise you. This is Tony Fadell on stage, the godfather of the iPod.
I just made a video this morning about collaborating with people, tools and so on. And this is our 3x3 document. That's my newsletter I send out on a bi-weekly basis. But without a tool, we're now at the same time Daniel and Max. Daniel is up here, Max is down here, put comments. We wouldn't be able to like release that thing in 30 minutes. Impossible. Not using that is stupid. I was a student here as well, and START lives because of this fantastic university, because I learned as a student that it's not only important to go out there and study, but also to like be active and to practice.
Every school can teach how to write a business plan, can teach about marketing techniques, analytics. Most important layer really is what you just mentioned, this environment. I think for young people it's very important to have good role models. And what you see here, all these alumni like you who are supporting this event by their personal work or by donations. That's giving an excellent role model for our students.
Question, how do you organize your workday? What is your most important tool for communication?
Having coffee together with colleagues. It's clear you have to use technology. I do a lot of emailing, I do a lot of data analytics, but in the end what creates the value added in an expert organization or when you work on creative products, it's always when people like us now are coming together and have a personal exchange. Yeah. During office hours, 80 to 90% is meeting people, having coffee together, exchange, discuss ideas, critical issues, find solutions. That's also a little bit danger today if you just try to, for example, solve conflicts just through emails.
Yes.
That's
100%
never leading to really sustainable solutions.
Yeah, we have this rule that I always repeat and repeat. The more emotional the topic, the more synchronous the communication. So ideally having coffee.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thanks so much. Very good impression.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, I think as a team we work very well together.
It did go excellently. I was very impressed with the kind of way you structured everything.
On stage, you just had a last question to Aubrey.
Yeah.
You asked him?
I asked him if there was one skill he would like to upload to his brain, what would that be? And he answered, I would love to be a better communicator and I would love to be capable to sell like Richard Branson does, because this would make it easier to reach more people and to get more people involved.
Many people think that you need to be just a talented communicator and you are that by nature, but you say you can learn that.
It's something that is very structured, that you can learn, that follows biological rules. And if you learn them, you can sound like the most talented speaker, but you just following rules and you deliver.
Give me a hands-on tool that we can share where you would say you think you're a bad communicator and you want to get started. Where would you start?
Where I would start becoming a person who's really good at asking questions, because this is changing everything about an interaction and
Give me an
communication.
example.
Well, what I love the most is because we are often working in contexts where people sell. right? So the number one questions I'm getting asked is how do I overcome a no? And the 90s approach just doesn't work anymore, and the solution is so easy, which is called a conditional close. A conditional close is just a technique where you say, okay, thank you for your current feedback, which was a no. Then you say, hey, what do you need? What is the number one thing that you need so we guys are gonna work together? So it changes the whole focus on why it shouldn't work and goes to the direction of discussing what is needed to make a deal happen.
That was Start Summit 2017, and what are my 3 takeaways from that event? Number 1, I'm impressed, solely organized by students, so this is definitely worth it to go to a university like St. Gallen and join such an organization, because I learned as a student during such a phase, organizing such a conference, what it's all about, execution. You do the stuff, you learn how to organize that stuff. Not in theory, you have to do it. And this is a pretty big conference already. That's the number 1 thing. If you're not a student, if you're an entrepreneur like me, there are many, many great people to meet. I met other great entrepreneurs, other scientists, which is quite interesting at the moment, AI and all that other stuff. And number 3, actually, like on most of the other conferences, I love the networking. And it's very easy during such a conference to be introduced to by a person, and then another person, then another person. And I don't know how it's about you, but I am inspired by getting ideas from one person and then take that to one of my ideas. So I use these conferences to collect new ideas. And this time we were actually filming quite a lot, but we still met great people and had some nice ideas. That's why it's worth it to travel to St. Gallen. You can even fly here via Zurich. And now we will have a beer.
Christoph's small, tiny camera will be on us.
With a particularly small tripod.
Particularly small.
It looks as though it would never hold a camera. I mean, how do you move that thing so that the camera just doesn't fall over?
Here, I show you. This is the best thing, actually. It works as a selfie stick. This is number 1, okay? So.
Yeah, I got that part. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, perfect. Right. Okay, and then you have the from below.
I see. You just stretch this out so far to the front that it balances the weight. Yeah.
And then you have a from below shot if you need it.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice.